you guys get to create the intervention. How, I'm the patient, how can you work on my ability to select which stimulus I'm going to pay attention to, or to select a stimulus and pay attention to it?
Comment elles vont essayer de choisir, elles vont essayer de trouver un moyen de faire travailler le patient sur différents stimuli et savoir comment, le faire choisir un seul de ces choses.
J'ai pas compris.
Il faut que vous trouviez un moyen.
And you can decide.
Voilà, vous trouvez un moyen de faire travailler le patient sur un seul instrument, mais j'imagine qu'il y en a un autre qui joue et faire en sorte qu'il se concentre que sur un seul instrument.
They have an idea?
Something like if she plays drum, maybe like I don't know, put the hands.
Okay.
And maybe if she plays classic, she plays another thing. Yeah, something like.
Would that be something? For selective, really they need to be playing at the same time, because I have to, they're going to give me an instruction. When you hear such and such, you respond in this way. So, what do you got?
I would say either like a certain rhythm that you play that she has to like switch instruments, maybe if like she's playing the cabasa and the bells, or if you're playing high or if you're playing low, then she has to switch instruments, like high is the bell or low is the cabasa, or something kind of like that, maybe.
Okay, we may be getting a little too complex on that end, but you
Just
started
kidding.
well.
Okay.
So I've got two instruments, and I am going to play my instruments. What do you think? And when do I play?
Le patient a deux instruments. À quel moment il pourrait jouer quand
The rhythm thing. Let's go back to that idea. That's a good idea. Give me a rhythm. Give me a specific rhythm. Okay, so when I hear that, maybe I play, right? And what can she do to try to distract me? Because I'm going to listen to her, and if she changes, I stop.
Right.
Right? So I'm only paying attention to her, but she's competing with us.
Voilà, il faut qu'elle se concentre que sur le.
Sorry, I don't know your name, like she, her.
She, her.
Okay.
One and
so-
two.
Et du coup, qu'est-ce qu'elle peut faire pour essayer de distraire l'attention?
En fait, on choisit version, ça.
Ouais. Ça, she carry on always the same.
No, actually, you can change, and I'll follow you. And when you, now the most basic level would be when she stops, I stop. When she goes, I go. That would be really easy, but we still have a competing stimulus, right? To make it more difficult, you could have two different rhythms. And when you do that first rhythm, I play. When I hear you change, I stop. So we're really challenging my ability to focus intently on you while she's trying to get in the way. Okay? Right. Okay, let's try it again. Select a particular stimulus to pay attention to, it becomes selective attention. And that's still pretty basic. We could actually make that a little bit more complex by doing different things. That's why I said you decide.
Du coup, là, ça ressemble un peu à de l'attention soutenue, mais comme il y a le piano qui rentre en jeu, et ben, elle est obligée de se concentrer sur un seul instrument, et donc ça devient sélectif. Et voilà, on peut faire des trucs un peu plus basiques ou un peu plus compliqués.
Okay. Now, you can come up with all kinds of musical games, activities that you could do that will challenge the selective attention. And it can be fun for your patients, and they can be set up to have a very rewarding musical experience at the same time.
Du coup, vous pouvez essayer de trouver des jeux musicaux et des choses un peu plus créatives. Comme ça peut être assez amusant et ça peut être plus encourageant et plus intéressant peut-être pour vos patients.
Okay. So we don't have time to go through every example. Thank you. You guys did great. We don't have time to go through all of these, but alternating attention would be I'm having to complete really probably two different tasks, or to keep two things going at relatively, not the same time, but alternating relatively quickly between one thing and another in the presence of some kind of direction.
Du coup, l'attention alternative, ce serait de faire attention à deux choses différentes alternativement, du coup, d'avoir une concentration. Voilà, et d'essayer d'aller assez vite, de changer d'intention.
So one example might be if you have maybe tone chimes or handbells, and you're not pointing because then you're really doing sustained attention, but you teach your client to change chords at a particular time, to listen when you hear this, you play this chord, when you hear this, you play this chord, and you're going back and forth between the two. That could be an alternating task.
Voilà, par exemple, le patient a deux cloches, par exemple, et on lui apprend à dire, quand tu entends ça, tu joues tel accord, et quand tu entends autre chose, ça, tu joues tel accord, et essayer de faire un peu d'alterner les deux.
Do you have to do that with like whatever you're playing on the instruments, or could that be change chords when I sing these lyrics? Or I mean, if you're singing a song, change chords when you hear this.
When you hear this particular stimulus,
right.
You change.
Or would that
because you're requesting two different tasks of them, I would think so.
Okay.
I would think so. Some of this is a little bit, like you could argue a couple different techniques, and that's okay.
C'était une question par rapport à si on chante, changer les paroles, et c'est là qu'il faut réagir, et tout ça. Donc ça pourrait marcher. Voilà. On pourrait discuter de différentes techniques sur ça en particulier.
Okay, so there's alternating. Divided is an example that we used last night, where you're really having to sometimes do two things at once, sometimes one thing at a time. You're really multitasking.
Donc ça c'est l'attention divisée, c'est ce qu'on a fait hier soir avec des fois on va faire une chose, des fois on va rien faire, des fois on va faire deux choses en même temps en fonction de ce qu'on entend.
Oh, okay, we're still okay. So about 15 more minutes, then we'll have a lunch break. Use probably is musical mnemonics training. This is where we're using music as a memory device.
Most common technique.
Là, on utilise la musique comme outil pour la mémoire. Donc là, c'est un entraînement de la mémoire avec la musique.
Video. So I have an example again from Amy and Megan with what we call transfer training. I can explain it, yeah. Basically transferring from one position to another. In this case, we're transferring from a wheelchair to a bed.
Donc là, c'est pour s'entraîner à passer d'un endroit à un autre. Et là, c'est passer de la chaise roulante au lit.
So safe transfer is a huge concern when someone is getting used to being in a wheelchair.
Ça, c'est quelque chose de très important quand quelqu'un est en train de s'habituer à être dans une chaise roulante.
Many people fall and hurt themselves again because, they don't know how to properly transfer from one position to another.
Il y a beaucoup de gens qui tombent et qui se font mal parce qu'ils ne savent pas exactement bien faire la manœuvre de transférer d'un endroit à l'autre.
And with issues like Parkinson's disease, often a person will literally forget how to sit down. It's the body doesn't process things that used to be automatic.
Les gens qui ont Parkinson, des fois le corps juste oublie comment faire exactement pour par exemple s'asseoir.
So a person might walk to the chair and sit down here and completely miss it. I've done a lot of work with Parkinson's, and we've done a lot of transfer songs. And what we do basically is what you're going to see here, where we watch for the steps that they're missing. Like in that case, person isn't putting both legs onto the back of the leg should touch the chair. The back of both legs should touch the chair. And if not, then that's a step that we need to teach them.
Voilà. Donc, elle a travaillé avec beaucoup de patients atteints de Parkinson et il travaille avec des chansons où il essaie de repérer les étapes qui manquent quand il s'assoit. Comme par exemple, une personne qui ne touche pas des deux côtés de la chaise ne va pas s'asseoir bien. Du coup, c'est une étape qui manque. Il faut, avec la chanson, essayer de trouver un moyen de...
Yeah. So, one of my patients with Parkinson's, I think I remember the song just came back to me from like 15 years ago because it was memorable. I taught them, and we would walk with this in practice while they were walking. It was on guitar, not piano, so I could move. But it was something like, walk to the chair, use the walker, turn around. They liked country. Touch the chair with the back of your legs, reach for the chair and sit down. Super simple, 4 lines, rhymes. Rhyming is great for memory, right? So we would teach that, practice with it, teach it, practice with it, until they can remember the steps, and then we'll just show you here. Here's another example.
I got 2.
Oh, then I could have one. Oh, thanks. Perfect. We'll sing it one time through, and then I'll let you kind of do it yourself. Light bulb breaks. 1 and 2. Move those footrests out of my way. Undo my seatbelt. Scoot up in my chair.
Here's a lot more steps.
I lean forward and squat up there. You got it, buddy. All right, let's do it again, and I want to hear you say it a little more, okay? I'll back up. It's okay, we'll start it again.
Log bug breaks. 1 and 2. Move the footrest out of my way. Undo my seatbelt. Sit up on my chair. Lean forward. Squat area on the there.
Yay! You think you could do it without the lyrics? No? Okay, we'll practice it. We'll keep doing it. And I'm going to try some cards with you too. Like just give you a little clue. Or like
She's fading your cues.
Okay? So I'm going to let Sarah do it too. Okay, let's switch a route.
There goes another.
So what do you do first? We go lock both brakes.
Faded out the music completely now.
1 and 2. Move my footrests, but you don't have any more of those.
I don't got them.
Undo my seatbelt. Scoot up in my chair. Lean forward and squat pivot. Over there. Good. Awesome. Good job.
Okay, good. So we teach all kinds of things through musical mnemonics training. In educational settings, there are ABCs, right, of our alphabet. Do you learn the alphabet with a song?
Est-ce qu'on apprend l'alphabet avec une chanson?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, Z.
We always use that example in the U.S., and I thought, well, what do you French? Okay. Teaching signs, like signs. Oh. Cool, yeah. So even the ABCs, we can teach another way if it's more age appropriate to use another kind of music. But we use all kinds of memory tools with music because music is structured and organized, and the brain can process it. Information that's paired with music better than it can without the music.